What is up, guys? Name is Dre and welcome to another Genshin Impact video. It took me 2 days to level up Staff of Homa all the way to level 90, but I got it done today, and of course we want to show it on our boy Zhongli in today's video, and also we want to compare it to the VORTEX VANQUISHER, which is tailor-made for Zhongli and was made to be his best in slot weapon. Yeah, in today's video we want to find out if Staff of Homa is better than VORTEX VANQUISHER, specifically on Zhongli. How we want to do that is I want to show damage numbers with VORTEX VANQUISHER, especially with the full passive. So if you guys don't know, the effect, of course, the increased shield strength, which I don't want to go over in this video. But what I want to do is especially the damage numbers with the 5 stacks, because when you have 5 stacks, which basically means that you just have to do 5 auto attacks, you will have the additional increase of 100% of its attack, and this is the max potential of VORTEX VANQUISHER. For the Staff of Homa, we want to do it like the raw damage numbers, and then I will drop Zhongli down to under 50% of its HP, because then he will increase his attack by 1% of his max HP. Yeah, also we want to look at the artifact build. So the first build that I want to use is a physical build, and then we want to swap over to the support nuke build and do it with all the weapons. So you will basically see 6 different clips, 3 of one of VORTEX VANQUISHER and 2 with Staff of Homa, one with full HP and one with 50% HP. One on the physical build and one, of course, on the support nuke build. Yeah, I will show the artifacts right before we go into the gameplay. Constellation, of course, my Zhongli is Constellation 0, and talents, all his talents are level 6 except for his elemental burst, which is level 9 and has the high multiplier. Yeah, then overall stats, I will show them, of course, when we go right into the showcase, because I will start off with VORTEX VANQUISHER, and let's get right into this. So I will show you the stats. Alright, physical build: 2-piece Bloodstained Chivalry, 2-piece Gladiators Final. So these are the artifact pieces that I will use for the physical showcase right now. And his overall stats are now at 23, 2300 attack, 1000 defense, like 50% crit rate, 127% crit damage, 28% geo damage bonus, and 83 physical damage. So the only numbers that will change are, of course, crit damage and attack when we swap to the Staff of Homa, because now we are using the VORTEX VANQUISHER. So let's get right into the first showcase. So Zhongli currently has 2330 attack with the VORTEX VANQUISHER. I only use Jean as a healer in the team, so we want to start right off with the resistance strat and stack the passive of our VORTEX VANQUISHER. So we only have to do 5 hits. Now it is at 2674, which is the max stack, which I want to showcase. Now you can see, of course, the damage numbers. Then we want to refresh the shield. I actually only want to show like the numbers that are relevant for the build, which are the physical damage numbers at the moment. So we can see it on the slimes. It is between 3000 to 4000 with the resistance strat on the physical build. Of course, we want to keep all the buffs up, so let's keep attacking so you can see these numbers. Yeah, as you can see, it is between 3000 to 4000. I would say like 3000 on average when it doesn't crit. Now we have the buff up. Let's use ultimate. It is 46,000 with the full stack VORTEX VANQUISHER. And then we have one left, and you can see, yeah, it is on average, I would say 3000 damage. Alright, physical build with Staff of Homa. So we don't want to use the passive, so we are playing with nearly full life or over 50% of our max HP, ending up with 2100 attack, like the same crit rate, 50% crit rate, 193% crit damage, and the same geo damage bonus numbers and physical damage bonus numbers as before. So yeah, we do not have to build up any stacks. So let's get right into the monsters, attack them. Want to start off with the resistance shred and see how many auto attack damage we're doing. So we're doing 3,700 to 4,000 on crit. So I would say this is much more. And now let's see how much ultimate is doing. Of course, no crit. Okay, so because I didn't crit with the ultimate, let's just do it again so you can see a bit more numbers. But as I already said, the numbers are quite consistent. Okay, we do not have to stack. Just refresh the shield and use ultimate. And it is 52,000. Okay, one more test against the villager, just to make it sure, yeah. So you just saw 3,700, 4,000. Against this one it is very clear. So between 3,700 to 4,400 or 4,800, which is much more consistent than the other, or it is much higher in damage numbers than the other, because we have much more crit damage but not too less of attack. So now let's get Zhongli down to under 50% of his HP, and then we want to show this all over again with the same build, of course. Okay, just to show it off again, the exact same build with the exact same weapon. This time I got under 50% of his HP, so we got an increase of about 200 attack or nearly 300 attack. So we ending up with 2,370 attack overall. And also you can see that the passive of the VORTEX VANQUISHER, this part, when the wider's HP is less than 50%, this attack bonus is increased by additional 1% of max HP. You can see that this is active when the spear is glowing. So you can see it right here that my spear is currently glowing. And when the spear is glowing, the passive is active. So let's test the damage numbers with the active of the spear. So you can see this time we're all like 4,000 on crit, very consistently 4,000 to 4,800, and we crit with much higher numbers than before. Okay, just again, attack these hilichurls, attack them. So you can see that the damage numbers are now like more 4,000 or more over 4,000. And now let's use the ultimate, hopefully it crits. And we're at 56,000 with the passive. So that's, I think, is an increase of another 4,000 attack if we use Staff of Homa in the passive. Alright, so let's summarize this real quick for the physical build. So Staff of Homa clearly wins in both categories, with and without passive. With the physical build, it does more consistent damage, it has higher crit numbers, higher numbers on the ultimate for the physical build, even against the full stack VORTEX VANQUISHER. Now we want to swap the artifact builds and focus more on the resonance and hold E ability damage, as well as the ultimate damage, because that is the fact for support Zhongli. And yeah, we want to do the exact same rotation again, just with other artifact builds. I swapped to a 2-piece Archaic Petra, 2-piece Noblesse or Bleach set. This is the set that I'm currently using on my burst support Zhongli. And yeah, there's one important fact that I want you guys to notice, and that is that we do not compare the artifact sets to each other. We only compare the weapon during the use of the artifact set. So that means that for the physical build, I only compare VORTEX to Homa in the physical build. And then there is a cut. We do not compare it to Archaic Petra 2-piece Noblesse. And during 2-piece Archaic Petra and Noblesse, we compare Staff of Homa and, of course, the VORTEX VANQUISHER. Here I want to especially focus on the E ability damage and also on the resonance damage as well as the elemental burst damage. Not too much on the auto attacks with this build because here he is a supporter. We want to swap to the Ruin Gods for this part of the showcase because they do not move too much and I can stack the Vortex Vanquisher much easier. So how we want to do this, of course we want to do again, we want to do 5 auto attacks, then we want to use the shield so we can maximize the stacks and the passive of the Vortex Vanquisher. Yeah, so we have 21,800 HP, 2,150 attack, about 50% crit rate, 104% crit damage, and 90% geo damage bonus, 0% physical damage bonus. And yeah, let's get a Ruin God and move right into this. Okay, so we have one. First thing we want to do is we want to build up the stacks. So if we build up the full stacks, we are at 2,300 attack. Now we give Zhongli a shield and we are at nearly 2,500 attack. So now let's see how much damage we're doing now. So the resonance is dealing about 3,000 damage. Okay, we lost some stacks. So on full stacks, we are at 3,000 per resonance. Try to get the ultimate. Let's use this right away and see how much damage it is dealing. 31,000 off crit. Okay, let's try to get a crit. On crit, this is dealing 6,600. So hold E 6,600 with the full stack Vortex Vanquisher using all the passives. So we do not look at the auto attack damage because it is horrible. And again, 6,600 damage. You just saw that. Let's try to build that up again. Then we use shield, stone steel. Let's give it one proc with 3,000. I want to see one proc. Okay, we cannot use it. And 64,000 damage on a full stack Vortex Vanquisher. So just to give some proper numbers, I will put in some more clips where I use it. And ultimate again, 63,000. 66,000 on the hold E. And again. Exact same build, this time with Staff of Homa. We do not use the passive where we go under the 50% HP. So we try to use the raw Staff of Homa with 1,900 attack, nearly 50% crit rate, 170% crit damage, and 90% geo damage bonus. Alright, let's get right into this. Nearly 25,000 max HP. So the good thing on Staff of Homa is you do not need to build up stacks. Yeah, and let's get right into this. We're dealing, the stone steel does deal 3,500 damage on a crit. 3,500 on a crit. So this one we do not need to auto attack because we do not build up any stacks. But we can use this, which is 7,000 damage. I think this was very clear. Let's try to get the ultimate. So we can do, we can ult him right away. And resistance, and now we should have the ultimate. Use it. Of course it didn't crit, so let's build up the ultimate right again. And ultimate, 72,000 on a crit. And one more. Okay, for the last part of the showcase, of course, we want to abuse the passive. So as you can see, I did fall under 12,000 HP. So I am under 50% of Zhongli's max HP. So I get a attack buff of round about 270 attack with the exact same stats, exact same build. So it is just the 270% attack increase. And now let's see how the damage numbers will change. Okay, so let's jump and let's do it. It is 6,700 without the resistance shred. So let's see. Resonance damage is 3,300 now. And use it again. Okay, let's stay near the stone steel. And we can use it again. It is 3,800 and 7,800. Okay, these are the numbers that we'd like to see. Let's drop the ultimate right away. It is 78,000 and 3,800 for the Stone Steel on crit. And 7,800 with the Staff of Homa passive. I think that should be enough. I think that was evidence enough to show off the weapon. Now let's finish off the ring guard and then we can... Okay, so for the conclusion, I think it is pretty easy to say that Staff of Homa did outperform Vortex Vanquisher in all the different categories. So I have to say that in the physical damage build, Vortex Vanquisher was very close to the damage numbers of Staff of Homa when it comes to the raw Staff of Homa. But it has to be like fully stacked and you have to have your shield up. So the damage numbers between those two are very close, I would say. But the ultimate damage on the physical build, of course, Staff of Homa wins. And therefore the overall win goes to Staff of Homa even on the physical build. For the second round, when you drop under 50% HP, then the Vortex Vanquisher wasn't any competition anymore. And on the burst support build, Staff of Homa did win in all categories. Stone Steel, Hold E, as well as the ultimate damage or the elemental burst damage. So I think, yeah, there was no real competition for the Staff of Homa. What does that necessarily mean for the Vortex Vanquisher? It is not a bad weapon at all. It is still a very good weapon. I was also thinking that it will still be the best in slot weapon for Zhongli. But of course, also I did a mistake there. Vortex Vanquisher can't win against Staff of Homa on practical fights. So the only thing that I think is not too practical is that your Zhongli usually is not under 50% of his HP. So the last part was just to show like the maximum of Staff of Homa on a raw builded Zhongli. But the thing here is that Staff of Homa was able to outperform a max stacked Vortex Vanquisher. So I only did show the max potential of Vortex Vanquisher against the raw Staff of Homa, and even then Staff of Homa was able to beat Vortex Vanquisher on both builds, physical and support build. So yeah, if you are looking for this weapon for your Zhongli, then yeah, this weapon is definitely worth. But if you already have the Vortex Vanquisher, I think I wouldn't go for Staff of Homa if you want to summon this weapon for your Zhongli. So Vortex Vanquisher still is very strong on Zhongli. I would say it is still his second best weapon. Primordial Jade Spear, also a very good weapon. Unfortunately, I do not have this to compare it with the Staff of Homa. But Vortex Vanquisher, between Staff of Homa and Vortex Vanquisher, yeah. Staff of Homa wins in all the categories. It is just an insane, ridiculous good weapon. Yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy today's weapon comparison on Zhongli. So if you guys want to see more Staff of Homa content, I will put that weapon on Zhao and on Zhongli. I will put that weapon on Zhao and Jiangling. So I also currently leveling up my Jiangling. Then definitely make sure to like, comment and subscribe to my channel. It would help me out a lot, and I'll see you guys next time. If you guys want to see more Genshin Impact content, videos should pop up on the screen right now. Make sure to check them out, and I thank you for your support.